And good morning, everyone. It is June 4th, and here we are for our Sunday ceremony. And we were just gathering and chit-chatting along as it is. So if you ever come into the Sunday ceremony, I don't have like let someone in. You can automatically come into the Zoom room and chit-chat with whoever is here, and all kinds of exciting things happen when we talk together. I wanted to give a little prelude to the Sunday ceremony. I was starting to talk to the group that's here before live and starting to tell a little bit of my story, but I decided to record it for y'all. I do my own work also. You know, we all continue doing things, and I have a couple of things that really help me. One of them is a friend of mine who does EMDR, is a big help for me. And then I take a course. It's called Mindscape. Anybody who's done Silva or anybody who's been in Body Talk would know about Mindscape. And I have been participating in those. I hadn't done it for a long time, and then came in and it just merged right in together. So yes, it was Friday's Mindscape thing, but I can't attend live to that. So I was listening to it just before I got here, and her name is Angela, was playing a game, led us through a game called hide and seek. And in Mindscape, it's amazingly complex and delightful. And we actually did something similar in the class on the sacred space. But in the game hide and seek, you're playing hide and seek with either your guides, of who today my guides were Artemis and Mercury, which was interesting. You have a male and a female, which are representative of you. And then power animals. And I have two that show up almost all the time. One's a Black Panther, and the other is not just one power animal, but they are all one thing, which are elephants. And I used to have like a big elephant and a baby elephant. Now I have a big elephant, a teenage elephant, and a baby elephant that come in. So when I was playing hide and seek, it was my elephant, big elephant, that wanted to play hide and seek and go hide. Now, can you imagine to do that? Well, the big elephant went into a part of my workshop, that's the area we work in, that isn't really investigated. And what I got from that was that I was hiding the biggest part of myself, which is my power. And isn't that the biggest part of all of us? And that was what my EMDR session was on yesterday. And Amma said, I want to come in today and talk about how you play hide and seek with yourself and how you hide. She's talking about all of us. We hide our power. We're afraid to let people know who it is that we truly are, which is powerful beings. So that is going to be interesting. So, heart source. Those of you who are new, I'll take you into your heart source. Those of you who know all about the heart source, as you know, all you have to do is say heart source. You move into the front of your heart chakra, right into the front in the center of your chest. Just to let your awareness go in there as deep as you can. And keep your awareness there, but part of you walks all the way around to the back of you and goes into the back of your heart center. There you go. Go as deep as you can. And it's almost like going through a hallway or a tunnel, something like that. And suddenly you step into this expansive room, which is your sacred space. There we go. And now, staying there also, now come around to the front, go into the front of your third eye, your brow chakra. Good. And now to the back, go into the back of your third eye, all the way to the back of your head, to the back of your third eye. And now imagine, draw, intend a beam of energy from your heart chakra up to your third eye. Feel that connection, feel the difference. And now take that beam of energy all the way up to the center of the universe. Don't worry where it is. It knows where to go. And staying in those 6 places, come all the way down into the center of the earth. There you go. Great. Now that is your heart source. And as you practice that and you get that fully ingrained within your consciousness, you only have to say heart source and it will form for you. So now we're going to do a few little things with the heart source. This time it's the chakras within the heart source. This is a way to clear your chakras, and actually it helps to clear your aura. So your intention is to clear your chakras. As you breathe, you're bringing energy in from above and up from below. Take a deep breath, feel that. And now command. Chakras spin as fast as is safe for me. And keep breathing, and the intention is to bring that clear energy in and exhale from all of your chakras. And release the energy. Another deep breath, breathing in from above and below. I bring all the energy into my heart, and then as I exhale, I spread it throughout my energy field. As you are releasing, I think it was Amma that taught us this, as you are releasing, excuse me, congested energy from your chakras, what happens is the energy goes through each layer of your aura, and it is actually transmuted as it goes, so that when it leaves your aura, you're not breathing out, quote unquote, low vibration energy into the world. You are actually breathing out the energy that got caught within you, but as it's being transmuted, it moves out clear, high vibration energy. There you go. And now just relax in your, let's command chakras, please move to the exact vibration needed for you to get the most out of today's channeled session and today's healing session. Healing is first. And now, command, heart source, extend to the furthest reaches of the 7th layer of my aura, or if you're holding your arms out, horizontally to the tips of my fingertips, whichever is larger. And just feel what happens when you have it. And this extends 360 degrees. So if you're on the ground floor like I am, it extends down into the earth. It extends up. Some of you who are in small, like I'm in a small room in my house, it extends outward for me also. There you go. I want you just to enjoy that experience right now. The heart source is a Merkaba, and it is a form of protection. Now let's add one more layer. We're going to do 3 layers of protection. Another layer of protection. I am the sword. And that, for those of you who don't know, that is the sword of Michael the Archangel. And if you have not received Archangel Michael's sword, let's do that now. Just call for Archangel Michael to be with you. Now, you don't have to take the sword if you don't want to, but if you're willing, hold out your dominant hand, palm up, and ask Archangel Michael if you may have his sword, and he will put the hilt of the sword in your hand. I always feel it when it goes in, and just wrap your hand around it and then hold it up, point up straight in front of you. And now take a nice deep breath. And as you exhale, place the sword within your heart. And the energy of the sword will go throughout your body. And now when you say, I am the sword, the entire energy of Archangel Michael's sword, you become that energy. And your hands and your aura and your nose and your ears and your fingertips, your whole body is the energy of the sword. And you could be walking through any building and you are actually transmuting the energy that you walk through. The image that just popped into mind, you know how when you got a really dirty floor and you're running the vacuum cleaner over it, and there's this nice line of clean area. Well, that's what you do. So that's the second form of protection. The third form of protection, and this was given to us in the Hidden Structures book by Amma, is deep within the front of our third eye, deep within the front of our brow chakra, the sixth chakra. Go in, look, and there resides the violet flame. And now command, violet flame, cover my entire aura on the seventh layer. That's all 360 degrees. And not only does the violet flame transmute energy that may be attached to the entire aura, but it also puts up a protective force field. So you have three forms of protection: heart source, I am the sword, Archangel Michael's sword, and the violet flame. And I think we need all three layers, all three levels of protection in this crazy world we're living in, don't we? Good. And now, let us form our healing lecture room. There is a floor of light below us, a canopy of light above us. There are pillars of light in each of the four corners. And there are angels all around the perimeter. And I'm trying to see, I know they're Archangel Michael's band. I think they're just two bands today, Archangel Michael's band and Archangel Raphael's band. And it's interesting, they're actually forming double. They're not alternating, you know, who stands where. They're forming a double, and there's Archangel Michael's band all the way around the perimeter, and they are facing outward with their swords drawn to transmute energy. And then Archangel Raphael's band is facing inward towards us, ready to send us healing love as we go through the healing session. And in the middle of this wonderful healing lecture room, and by the way, I've adapted, for those of you who took the Melchizedek method, I've adapted one of their structures for this. And so there is a central pillar, which is like infinite. So is the healing lecture room. And in it are coming all manner of spiritual beings, beings that are in this other dimension. Some people call it the other side, but we can call it this other dimension, that are there to support us. And there are, this time, usually there's beings, I see them coming in from one direction, they're coming in from my right, but this time I'm seeing them come in from my right and from my left and from the front of me, but in the back of the central pillar, and I'm assuming from behind me also. And many, many are coming in. You, if you have the ability to see or to know, I'm mainly clairsentient and claircognizant. People think I'm clairvoyant because I describe things, but it is really my claircognizance and clairsentience that brings that about. But you might see, hear, smell who it is that is coming in. And always for me, it begins with Yeshua and Buddha coming in. And I can see, I'm putting see in quotes, a beautiful rose energy, and in is coming Mother Mary, and is coming in White Buffalo Calf Woman, Kuan Yin, Kali. If you don't know Kali, that she's a multi-armed goddess of destruction, and that can be destroying the parts within us we're ready to get rid of. And something been going on with me and Greek gods lately. Apollo is coming in. Poseidon, I think he's Greek. I'm not sure. He could be Roman. I'm not real clear on them. Here comes Ganesh. He's an elephant, abundance. Many saints from the Catholic tradition, those of you who may not know, I'm a former Catholic sister, and I was raised in the Catholic tradition, very much so. And see who else is coming in for you. Good, and now they are here. And now you are invited to come and to sit. It's a healing room right now. You're invited to sit in the green jade chair of healing of the fifth ray, which is the ray of healing, of whom Master Hilarion is the Chohan. And you're actually in a circle, and you're facing inward also. And you're in a circle because you now have the opportunity to unmute yourself and set your intentions for healing of someone. I received some intentions this morning. Somebody sent me some intentions, and it involves healing of the eyes, healing of, we've got a lot of divorce in our group going on where our children or grandchildren are just in pain from the marriage that is in need of healing. So whatever it is that is to happen in the marriages, whether they are to heal and form one, or they could heal and be able to be a support to their children. Now, if anybody would like to unmute, and Margaret, you're unmuted. I can't hear you.
Oh, I don't know why.
There you go. Now I can hear you.
Okay, no idea. I heal the strife between two of my neighbors. They're like pit bulls.
Okay.
And it just needs to be taken. They need energy to heal.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay, so I'm going to place in the room also people who are struggling with cancer. My brother is, his is terminal. And I know of other people here who have family and friends and themselves may be struggling with cancer. And I know so many of us have family issues that are happening. We'll ask for healing for this. Number of people healing of the eyes. I get cardiovascular healing. Healing of the digestive system. And healing, and this is what Amma's going to end up talking about, healing the fear of using your power in such a way that you stand out and that you may be rejected or people make fun of you or something like that. Anybody else? You don't have to be shy. You can if you want to. Okay. Okay, I heard somebody.
Okay, that was me.
Okay.
I'm going to put in there for peace, just the word peace in capital letters. Very brilliant peace. Thank you.
Brilliant peace. Rona, you unmuted.
Yes. I ask for deep, loving healing for my daughter.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay. So, heart source, say that again to be sure you're in your heart source. Your healing teams are gathered around you because healing is for you also. And all of the people that we have mentioned outside of ourselves are in front of us. and even those that you are mentioning in your mind, in your mind's eye. And I will say a prayer. Amma and Abba, first we give you thanks for this day, for the gift of life and our role in this world. We ask you to bring deep peace, or as was said, brilliant peace upon this world, that we remember, every one of us remember, to be kind, to care about each other, to care about ourselves. May that peace begin within us, in our families, and spread out into the world. We ask you to bring deep healing to our families. We ask you now to find the wound within each of our families, or the families of those that we are holding in our mind, that is the most difficult one, the one that is causing our lack of peace, our lack of healing. We ask you to find that now. In Healing Team, we ask you to use the 4 foundational plugins to bring healing to that wound. We ask you for those in conflict to please remove all artificial encodements interfering with the coming of peace. We ask you to repair the damaged and altered natural encodements. We ask you to activate the natural encodements of peace, kindness, joy within each one of us and within those we are holding in our mind and our heart. I know there are a number of people in this group who need healing of their eyes. And we ask for the divine blueprint of the perfect blueprint of the eyes to be placed over us, and for our eyes to be healed, all parts of it, the part we can see, the part that we can't see, the part that we can't see, which enables us to see. And we ask you to assist us in seeing the truth upon this world, the truth of our place upon this world. Strengthen our musculoskeletal systems. Align all of our cells to the divine blueprint of the exact way our cells are to grow. And again, bring deep, deep peace to our families. And we from our hearts offer gratitude to you, to the creative energy that you have surrounded us with, to the enfolding of us in your love, and to the enfolding of those we have in our minds and our hearts right now in love. And we ask for a blanket of love, a blanket of peace. Let's do 2 blankets today, one of love and one of peace, to enfold this planet of ours and everyone on it, that love and peace may settle upon this planet and fear be released, to be transmuted. And we thank you for all you have allowed us to experience. And so it is. And now we ask your healing teams to send you healing energy wherever you wish it right now. You can set your intention in whichever way. You can say all over and also especially. Do that now. I'm going to give you a few seconds to experience that love. Thank you. So now our healing lecture room, it's been a healing room, it's now turning into a lecture room. Your chair may change, the one you're sitting in the room. If you wish to stay in the green jade chair of healing, you may do so. Just simply say, oh, I'm going to stay where I am. Or see yourself in the most comfortable chair that you can imagine with your coffee or your tea or your water. Okay, so Amma's being funny today. Amma has a sense of humor, if you do not know this. She said, or your Bloody Mary, if you wish. So just to sit there in love and in peace. And we ask healing teams, we ask that you align our vibration to the perfect vibration for us to hear Amma's message. And now send a beam of energy from your heart to the central pillar. And if you'd also send a beam of energy to my heart, that assists me, and thank you. You can always feel when you get all these people that are doing it, send that energy, it's like going, boom. It's a wonderful experience. And the next one you hear will be Amma the Divine Mother. Good day, wonderful day, good life. Good, my precious ones, my dear ones. I am Amma, the Divine Mother of the Divine Mothers, and I am your mother. So this one I speak through. She gives me much fodder for different messages to give. I use her life sometimes in giving information to you because she is very much just like you, and you are very much just like her. Similar fears, similar experiences, similar doubts. Humanity is filled with those. Filled with those. And I do wish to talk about playing hide and seek with who you are. Consider yourself right now. Think of times when you have hidden from yourself and from others who you truly are. You have hidden that you are love incarnate. You have hidden that you are the power and presence of God, and that you have tremendous power in this life of yours. You have hidden that you can overcome your fears. You have hidden that you can walk through those fears, even if it's hard to overcome them. So that's the hidden part of hide and seek, right? What about the seeking part? What brings you to seek who it is you truly are? You are, every one of you, a blazing, magnificent expansion of light. We, Abba and I, we do not see you much in your physical form. It is difficult to see your physical form for us because that is a lower vibration. It doesn't move as fast because your light blazes outward and we see your light. It doesn't matter what you think of yourself. It doesn't matter what you do or do not do. We see your light. That is why we cannot judge, because we see the light which you are, which comes from us. If we judge you, we're judging ourselves. You have been trained from a very young time to hide that light. You have had Teachers in various traditions tell you to not hide that light. This one, of course, who was raised in the Christian tradition, remembers much about teachings of when Yeshua said, do not hide your light under a bushel. You know, you could laugh at that. Could you not? What he said, do not hide your light under a bushel. What happens if you hide a candle under a bushel? You have this little fire within you and you hide it under a bushel. It blazes, does it not? It will catch fire. You cannot hide who you are because your light will catch fire. Because it is needed out upon this earth. So many people hide who they are. And when they attempt to reveal who they are, those who are afraid of them, who are afraid of their light, will do everything they can to use not a bushel, but a container that will not let air in. And in this case, air is love. You are called. You have been called from the moment before you incarnated. You were called before you planned your life to be a being of light upon this world, to not hide in the darkness, to not hide under your bed, to not hide in the closet. You have been trained before you incarnated to let that light shine, because you are the ones who hold off the darkness. You are the ones that penetrate the darkness. And that happens even if you're hiding under the bed or in your closet or in a bushel, because your light is so valuable. But in humans, in human form, you were trained very young to not recognize your light. You were trained very young to see when you used your gifts to sometimes have those gifts denied you, to not make noise, to not make a spectacle of yourself. Don't think this way. No, that's wrong. You can't see that. Those of you who said, what are those colors all around you, Mom? You may have been 3 or 4 or 5. And Mom or Dad, grandparents, teachers told you those colors were wrong. You couldn't see that. That's just your imagination. You become afraid when you're very young of seeing people who no longer have their bodies, or angels, or the Elohim, or the fairies. And you're told they're not real, they're just made up. Some of you played for ages with your invisible friend. And your families accepted that invisible friend as long as they were made up. But if they knew that they were real, that was a different thing, wasn't it? One of the most difficult things in this life, your human life, and you see it whenever you open the newspaper, is that people are afraid of love. They are afraid when others love differently than they. When others are able to release pain and anger and turn that into love towards someone who hurt them deeply, maybe drove recklessly and took away a loved one. This world needs your power. And you would not be hearing this message if this world did not need your power, your individual power, your individual light. How can one person's light save anyone? How can one person's light be enough? What does one lighthouse do? One lighthouse can keep an aircraft carrier from running aground. One lighthouse can show a canoe the way home if it gets caught in the dark. You are a lighthouse. You are love. And you are being challenged at this time. Gabriel is blowing his horn, calling upon you to join other souls, other beings of light, to let that light shine upon this earth and to stand against the darkness. I have said many times, be the eye of the storm. This one grew up in hurricane area on the Gulf Coast of Texas and had been within many hurricanes, and she knows what the eye of the storm is. If you have not experienced that, it is strong winds coming at you and coming at you and coming at you. And then the eye passes over and it is quieter than you could imagine. And you stand firm. And you allow your light to shine so that those on the outer levels of the storm can see your light and stand. And be ready, because when that eye of the storm passes over you, the wind is blowing from the opposite direction. And that is what is happening upon this planet now. There is buffeting from many different places, people with different views. The most difficult thing to do in this life of yours is to be buffeted by others' inability to love and to accept, and for you to love them and to accept them. That doesn't mean you do not stand fully protected. That is why you were given the heart source and the violet flame and Michael's sword. And there are many other ways that you can protect yourself. Yes, protect yourself. Be aware that the most important way, the most vital way to protect yourself is to have access to your own light, to be within your own light, and to stand in your own light and to send it outward. One technique you can use, here's another technique. You used the technique earlier of having your chakras spin to cleanse the energy from you. So here is another one that's been written up in books, so it is not original. Stand firmly grounded wherever it is you are. If you're sitting, just see yourself standing firmly grounded. Be in your heart source and set your intention to send out from you 360 degrees. The light that goes through your aura in such a way, in a powerful, powerful way, that goes out to push back and to transmute the darkness So form the intention first. See yourself standing grounded. Grow roots from your feet. Feel the pranic tube and that line that comes and forms from the center of the earth to the center of the universe. Feel it deep within the center of the earth, rooted within the center of the earth. And with the intention of sending light into the world, energy from every chakra. Command chakras spin as fast as you can. And as you do this, rest in the light of love that is your heart source. And send light outward. Send light outward to push back the darkness, to transmute the darkness. When you were doing this exercise physically, standing up, and your hands resting gently at your sides, you will, as you bring in that energy and spin those chakras and send that light outwards, you will actually experience your arms begin to slightly rise themselves. Some people's arms rise even to where they're above their heads. That is the energy within you. That is an exercise that would be good for you to do daily. Because what you do is you are remembering how to do this, because you have known how to do this before. You are remembering how to do this, and you are training your current body and your current energy how to immediately go into this place of where, if you need it, that you are standing fully rooted into the ground. Chakras spin as fast as can be, and that energy moving outward all around you. It is an energy of love, and it goes out around you and around you and around you. Did you know that there are people who can do that, that if a bullet was shot at them, the bullet would go a different direction than into them? That is how strong the aura becomes with this. You have to practice. And the other part with is you have to be within your heart source. Or if people don't know about the heart source, to be within your heart. Because when you do this combined with love, it makes you stronger and stronger and stronger. And when that energy goes out, it not only pushes back the darkness and transmutes the darkness, it nourishes everything it comes in contact with. It nourishes the trees and the flowers and the grass. It nourishes people who are accepting of that strong love energy. It is a simple tool. You have that power to do that because you are love incarnate. Yes, everyone is, but you are. And with you doing an exercise such as this, with you staying within your heart source, with you sending love out, you can break apart the fear within you. And you can invite others just by sending the energy to come back in touch with the love which is their power. And to realize that if they let go of their fear of differentness, their fear of others, that love coalesces upon this planet and begins again. It is a new rebirth when you learn to love deeply. And in that love, that means you release from you the fear of others, even if they have hurt you. You are born anew. Because love redoes you. It renews you. Share that love with others. You are needed and you are enough. You don't have to wonder, am I doing enough? You are. You are. My love to you, precious ones. My love to you, most powerful beings upon this planet. And yes, I am Amma, the Divine Mother of the Divine Mothers, and I am so much your mother. This is Kathy. I felt like I've been called to accountability with what she said. Thank you, each one of you, for joining us. And that means those of you who are joining live and those who are joining by listening to this ceremony. Thank you so much. Many, many blessings to you. I will see you next week. And if you'd like to unmute and just tell everybody goodbye, you know, we always say goodbye when we leave an edifice after an experience. Here we have to unmute and do that. So please do that. Say goodbye.
Happy life,
Bye.
everyone.
Feel loved much.
Bye.
Happy
Bye
life.
now.
Perfectly brilliant.
Bye.
Thank you.
Love you.
Everybody have
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.